It might seem a little obvious for me to point this out, but I'm afraid a lot of us need to be reminded that video is visual. It's very important that we use interesting images to communicate in our production. What we say, we know this. Our actions speak louder than our words. I've seen a lot of videos produced by amateurs and by seasoned professionals, that when you really start to look at them, it becomes apparent, regardless of their level of skill, that their production is driven by words, by the spoken words. Think about your script. Take a minute and think about how your script is laid out, because your script is an indicator of what your production is going to look like. A lot of people's scripts are written like magazine articles. They're basically transcripts of the words that are going to be spoken. They're pages of dialogues. We start our production by writing out all the words we want to say, and then we have our talent read or recite the words either on camera or for a video track. The first thing we do in the edit bay is what? Well, we cut the dialogue together, and then we edit in our graphics and our B-roll. How? To match the words. We cut them to the words. Once we have enough images to cover all the talking, we slap down a music bed and we call it done. When we approach our edit this way, where the words are the driving force behind the way we shoot and the way we edit, if something isn't said, it's not going to be seen. Now, that's not an invalid way to approach an edit. It's not the only way to approach an edit. It's not necessarily the best way. I think a lot of us would benefit from taking on a new approach to our planning, an approach that is image-based. Personally, I think production will turn out much better when you start by identifying those key concepts and the principle you want to communicate. And then you select music and talk about what images you want to use to support those key concepts before you write your script. When you do it that way, it changes the way you write, the way you shoot, and the way you edit. Thinking about what's seen and not just what's said will help you visually communicate more effectively, because what you show adds weight to what you say. Well, there are several ways to add B-rolls into your production. Most of B-roll shoot falls into one of three categories. You either use them literally, supportively, or conceptually. Literal use of B-roll shows exactly what is being talked about. Now, this is a great way to add interest and impact to your how-to videos. Don't just tell me that I should wear goggles in your production when I do my yard work. Show me someone doing it right. Supportive B-roll is related to the concept, but is not literal. So if we're sharing tips for a successful job interview, a series of shots of someone on the interview can help reinforce the concept, even if the shot don't literally illustrate exactly what is being said. Stock footage is a great resource for finding this kind of supportive B-roll. Conceptual B-roll is figurative. We use a lot of shots to sway and fill the view. I may be talking about the importance of a quality presentation, but you see a shot of two steaks on a plate. One of them is presented well and one poorly. I never say anything about the steaks, but the shots themselves help tell the story. They communicate the concept. You may be surprised how well a montage or short series of shots cut to music and connect with viewers and draw them toward your production. We should not underestimate the importance of putting emotion into our edits. We know that people remember more when they see something as well as hear it, but they remember even more when they can feel something, when they have an emotional connection. Most of this emotion that comes through in your video, it doesn't come from what you say, it is generated by the images and music. It is non-verbal. So planning our shot, it is just as important. Sometimes it can be even more important than planning what we say. We can take our production to a higher level of professionalism by letting our visual do the talking. Expand your field of view by learning to see the beauty of an empty track. If action really speaks louder than words, should we not add more actions and fewer words in our production? Let's give our viewers' ears a rest once in a while and let the images do the talking.